Hello, welcome to Writing Breakdowns, where I try to figure out the plot structure of a book. This is an attempt to study plots by published authors and become more familiar with plot structure and story beats to help with my own writing. Will I be able to figure out the plot structure of today's book? Probably not, but I'll try my best, and if I miss a beat or get something wrong, I hope you'll let me know in the comments, because this is really just me learning about plot structure, and I'm bound to make mistakes. I am not a plot structure expert. As you likely know, most stories have a main plot and some subplots. I'll only be focusing on the main plot. Today's plot breakdown is for Moon Called by Patricia Briggs. This is an urban fantasy that I read a few years ago and recently reread. This is an ongoing series. It's a great series, although book 3 needs a sexual assault trigger warning. That's a topic for another video. According to Patricia Briggs' website, the blurb for this book is, Mercedes is a Volkswagen mechanic living in the Tri-Cities area of Washington. Her Native American heritage has gifted her with the ability to take form of a coyote at will. She's surrounded by far more powerful supernatural beings, including werewolves, vampires, and an assortment of fae. If this sounds like something you would never read, or it's something you've already read, then please continue watching if you'd like. If you haven't read this book, it sounds like something you may want to read, maybe don't watch all of this video. Maybe only watch the Act 1 breakdown. I don't want to spoil you, is the issue. There will be spoilers. The whole point of this video is to look at the plot and the main beats and fit them into a structure that I know, hopefully. I can try and keep things vague so that the spoilers aren't too spoilery, but I think in order to do justice to breaking down the plot, we kind of have to go through it point by point. So, continue watching at your own risk. This is the cover of the book. I'm not a fan of it. Mercy does not dress like this in the book's description of her, but whatever sells books, I guess. Okay, so when I reread this book, I actually listened to the audiobook, so if I've spelled any names wrong, that's because I didn't read it with my eyes, and made quite a few pages of notes of the plot points. And the reason why I'm doing this with a book I already read is because I know what happens, so I know what are important points in the plot that maybe you wouldn't pick up on if you were reading it for the first time. I have lots of notes, and I've listed what chapter my note is from, so that if you remember something differently than how I've broken it down, feel free to go find that chapter and prove me wrong in the comments. That's fine. And over here, we have 4 different plot structures that I'm familiar with. Some of them I'm more familiar with, others I've just recently come across. And this isn't all of the plot structures out there. If there are some that you think are common, or maybe there's a plot structure out there that fits perfectly with what Patricia Briggs did here, please let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for more plot structure breakdowns in this sort of table format. So the first one here is 3-act, 27-chapter structure. 3-act structure is obviously very common, but this specific version of it is from Catty-tastic, or Kat O'Keefe. She has a YouTube channel where you can watch her video breakdown. She also is on byomentor.com, where she's kind of broken it down if you'd rather read it than watch her YouTube video. I'm not going to go into too much detail about each of these plot structures because I will link these below. And if you are not familiar with this structure, then you can watch her video or go see her description of it. So the second plot structure, certainly one I'm less familiar with. This is 4-act structure, which really, it's 3 acts, but Act 2 is divided into 2 parts. And this is from Derek Murphy, and I'll have this linked below. You can see this diagram that Derek has on his website, and I've just taken exactly that and a little bit of his description of each of those from his website and put them into a table format. Again, I like the table format, and I've sort of color-coded it, but really I should have maybe added some green in here. There's certainly some overlap between these 2 structures, and you'll see more overlap with the additional 2 that I have below. This one looks more intimidating, but really I think cats is just grouped up better, right? So that it doesn't feel as overwhelming. Her descriptions of the beats also felt easier to understand without needing too much information. In a few places, I've added some information about what that title means, but with Derek's, I kind of had to really go in and say, okay, what does he mean by the enemies and allies beat, and take his description of what that means and add it in here. So maybe that's why it's overwhelming. Plot embryo. I learned about the plot embryo from Rachel Stevens' YouTube video, which I can link below. Her interpretation of it is based on Dan Harmon's plot embryo, which you can read all about on this website, and I'll link that below as well. And his interpretation of it is actually based on Joseph Campbell's book, The Hero with 1,000 Faces. And this is supposed to be round. Google Docs wouldn't let me make it round, so it's not round. But just picture that this is a circle. And this is maybe a little, it's almost like too simple to me. It's probably a lot better for character plot points. I don't know. We'll see. You go around the circle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're coming back around the circle. Just picture it as a circle. It'll be easier, I swear. It feels too simple in my mind. You might need 3 different plot embryos to get your main plot down. Does that make sense? I've tried using it. I haven't really used it successfully, but I'm aware of it. And then, of course, Save the Cat writes a novel. So this breakdown of it is from Nadine Avola, and I'll link her website down below where she goes through Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And this is based on the book by Jessica Brody called Save the Cat Writes a Novel. This one I'm less familiar with, which is funny because I hear people talking about it a lot, but I've never really used this one myself, so I'm just slowly getting to know the beats that are listed here. So all those links will be down below. I'm not going to go into too much depth about each one of them. What I am going to try and do is figure out if Moon Called by Patricia Briggs fits into one of these plot structures. Now, is it going to fit perfectly? Probably not. Are there going to be beats that Patricia moved around? Maybe. I think that's what I'm looking forward to, is figuring out what she did. And not in a way for me to, like, the purpose of this is not to go, okay, show me Moon Called's plot structure so that I can copy it. That's not the idea at all. I just want to see more examples of stories so that when I'm trying to structure my story that I've mostly pantsed and am now trying to make fit into a better plot structure than pantsing it created, I guess I just want more experience taking a story and seeing how it fits into this structure. I think this experience will be helpful for me, hopefully for you. Let's get started. You'll see here that I've listed some main plot points. Having read this book before, I am more familiar with the main plot as I was going through, so I did ignore some things. You may say, you forgot this. If it's not relevant to the main plot, I didn't list it here. There's probably still some stuff in here that I listed that isn't main plot stuff. That's fine, we can weed that out as we go. So, the first thing. If I haven't listed a name, I'm referring to Mercy. Mercy's the main character. Mercy's working. Mercy meets Mac. Nothing really happens right away. Is this a slow intro? Maybe. Some books inciting incident right away, right? This is not what happens here. Mercy goes home, she runs errands, she shifts at a park into coyote form. She goes to church, so we find out a lot about her in these first 3 points, right? She goes back to work. She learns more about Mac and his situation. But really she doesn't learn very much. She knows his girlfriend is dead. I should have mentioned when she meets Mac. The werewolf. Okay? So, she learns more about Mac. She goes home. Again, no inciting incident yet. We're into chapter 2 here, folks. She goes home and she's deciding to buy Mac a blanket. And she has to buy a new one because it can't smell like her because werewolves are territorial. So, she goes back to work to get her purse because apparently she forgot it there. And I want to say this is an inciting incident. Is it the inciting incident? I don't know. I think it is. So this is the inciting incident. Let's just put that red for a second. She interrupts Mac and attackers. So 2 men are there to take Mac back. And she knows that Mac has been kind of in trouble. He doesn't seem to be well taken care of, and he's just a kid. She's feeding him because he's starving, and she's giving him work to do so that he's getting money. She's potentially gonna offer that he can stay in one of the vehicles that is parked in the parking lot at her mechanic shop. So I feel like, first of all, her deciding to help Mac, she meets Mac, she gives him a job. So she's working with Mac. Okay, so introductions, inciting incident, immediate fallout. Okay, let me know you're thinking you should have done this before, but this is the point of this video, is for you to see my breakdown of it real time. You're along with me for the ride here. Really bad day. Mercy's not having a bad day. Ordinary world, empathy, conflict. Show flaw, want, problem, need. Mercy's fine. Mercy's happy. I don't think that fits. Something peculiar, that is Mac. Mac, the werewolf, coming to her mechanic shop is unusual. Werewolves are supposed to be in packs. He's a lone wolf. There is a wolf pack in the Tri-Cities area where Mercy lives, and Mac's not one of theirs. So that is something peculiar. That's a good way to put it, that Mac finds Mercy. Mac doesn't even know that Mercy is a shifter, coyote shifter. A walker, sorry, proper term, walker. Grasping straws, trying to regain control. I don't think, Derek, I don't think it's that. Zone of comfort, establish the character, yes. Whereas this is all really establishing Mercy as someone who's willing to help Mac. So character wants, her want and her need, she wants to help Mac. This could fit. Opening image, yes, a before snapshot of the hero. Yes, this is definitely like a snapshot of her life. Theme stated. Interesting. Is it a theme that Mercy wants to help people? That's really maybe what it gets down to. And by her helping Mac, we're setting her up as a character who helps people. Set up hero status quo, life and flaws. Again, is there anything wrong with Mercy's life right now? I don't think so. We have inciting incident catapults hero into new world. Catalyst? Oh, hero debates what they will do. So when Mercy first meets Mac, she's not sure she wants to get involved and help him, but she gives him food, lets him work that day, and by the end of the day, she's like, come back tomorrow. Okay. Let me know in the comments. If right off the bat, are you thinking Act 3? Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm Act 3. Sorry, 3 Act, 27 chapter structure. Just based on how this started. And maybe it won't stay. Maybe it won't stay. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna make a copy. Things I should have done before I started. So this is now my moon calling copy, so that I can write it in. Okay. So introductions. Mercy working meets Mac. Is that it? Is that all we can say there? Sure. Interrupt Mac and attackers. Oh, yeah, you're right, Google. Immediate fallout. Mercy decides to intervene, and she kills a werewolf. So one of the 2 attackers was a werewolf? Maybe both of them. So the immediate fallout is that she kills a werewolf, really. I don't know. Decides to intervene is maybe part of the inciting incident. Call Adam. Move body. Wait for Adam. Long-term reaction. Rebellion against changes from inciting incident. Okay. Certainly rebels against Adam a lot. So Adam is the alpha of the wolf pack that's in this area that Mac should have been a part of if he was living here, but he was just kind of traveling through. Has to get Adam involved. And I think that's definitely a move that propels the story forward. The rest of the story wouldn't happen the way it does if she didn't call Adam. Action taken. Her immediate action, she moves the body. Consequence to the action. Learn that Leo may have sold Mac. Okay, so this is her. Mercy's talking to Mac while they're waiting for Adam. She does call Elizabetta, which is the cleanup crew for Adam. Or does Adam call? Oh god, I don't remember. Adam must call Elizabetta. Yeah, that makes more sense. Adam arrives, meets Mac, saves Mercy. Learns what happened to Mac. Is that all super important? Check the ID of the attacker, which I don't think they get right away. Dispose his body. Adam takes Mac home. Oh, that's important. Okay. Is that the action taken? That's not Mercy's action. I guess that's okay. This is just the main plot, not Mercy's storyline. Adam takes Mac home. Yeah, I think that's right. Consequence to the action. Okay, let's get into it. Adam takes Mac home. He meets with his whole pack. Mercy, again, I didn't mention the name here, so I'm talking about Mercy. Mercy goes home. Jessie comes over. Jessie is Adam's daughter. Is this important? Probably not. Ooh, okay, confrontation with Beryl. That's a great way to put this. Confrontation with Ben and Daryl. That doesn't really fit into this structure, but it is important later on, maybe, sort of, a little bit. Should I be specific? Like, Adam takes Mac home, but Mercy goes to sleep? Calls a pack meeting. Maybe that consequence to that action is that Mercy ends up confronting Ben and Daryl. Beryl. Is it important enough to be considered a beat here, though, by itself? I don't think so. Mercy goes to sleep. Since she's not pack. You know? Like, he's calling a pack meeting. She's not pack. She is a coyote shifter. She's not a werewolf. She's not part of Adam's pack. This is important. Okay, pressure increasing. Are we ready? So Mercy wakes up. She finds a dead body. I didn't even specify. Should I specify for you? Oh. It's Mac. Yeah. Is this the pressure building or is this a plot twist? Oh. I'm gonna say that this is pressure increasing because, hear me out. Mercy knows that Mac's body is on her front porch. She can smell him when she tries to open the door, blah blah blah. Then she doesn't really put it together that Mac was at Adam's right away. She just woke up. It's like 5 a.m. So she realizes that a car is leaving Adam's, who lives in her backyard, pretty much. No, they're neighbors. Again, something I should have mentioned. Yeah. She ends up saving Adam's. She kills a werewolf. She goes to Adam's. Maybe this is all pressure. Do we have 2 plot twists here? Maybe we have 2 plot twists. Can we have 2 plot twists in one block? Okay. Let's put all this here. I still think this is maybe another plot twist. Like, wake up isn't pressure building. So I feel like that's a lot of pressure. Find a dead body. Okay, pressure building. She goes to Adams. Okay, she knows something is wrong at Adams. There's a car that leaves, I think, is what clues are in. Go to Adams. Why do I have that there twice? Whoops. Mercy kills a werewolf, saves Adam. Adam is injured. She checks for Jessie. I think this is the plot twist. Jessie is missing. Okay? Jessie was kidnapped. Is that plot twist? Slash Adam is almost dead. Is that the plot twist? Do you agree with me? Or is this the plot twist? Oh. But you would have the plot twist before pressure increasing? Okay. And then I think the push into the new world is the fact that Mercy doesn't trust Adam's pack. So she's worried about an insider that gave information on Adam's pack and leading to this attack, and she realizes that needs an alpha to keep Adam in check while he heals. Whoops, while. Worried about insider impact. Insider's not the word I'm looking for. We're worried about traitor? Traitor. Traitor is maybe better here. Traitor impact needs an alpha to keep Adam in check while he heals. Decides to go to Maroc. Did I spell Maroc right? I'll have to check the ebook. Decide to go to the Maroc. Are you wondering what the Maroc is? I should just call him Bran. The Maroc is his title, technically. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Do we have any fun and games? I see fun and games coming up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just, again, a visual person, okay? So I'm gonna make this yellow, because this is Act 1. Don't think calling Z is really important here. That's just for him to work at her mechanic shop. That's her old boss. He's Faye. He'll come back later. So she has to find the town. Is that exploring? Find the town. Get Adam in the safe room. Find Sam. So she then has to turn into a coyote to go find Sam and the Maroc because she needs either Sam or the Maroc, who are both alphas, to be able to help Adam find Sam/Maroc. When she goes to find Sam, she's in her coyote form. She's running through the woods. One of the other werewolves tries to kind of chase her. Sam ends up protecting her. It is a reminder of the old world, which I noticed there is point 12. I don't know if we have fun and games. Patricia, did we skip a beat here? Maybe fun and games will be back. Okay, we're gonna make this a color so that I remember that I didn't really find anything here. So she finds Sam, she talks to the Maroc, she talks to Sam and Charles, his sons. Sam leaves to help Adam, Sam helps Adam, Sam talks to Mercy, Maroc talks to Mercy. Maroc talks to Mercy, Sam talks to Mercy. I think this might be reminders of the old world because they do talk about when she was last there at the Maroc's town. She was raised by the Maroc, and Sam used to be her boyfriend. Don't ask me why I said that in a weird voice. Sam helps Adam. That's not fun and games. It's not building pressure, is it? Run into Dr. Wallace. This is important if you remember the story. This might go under reminders of the old world because she used to know Dr. Wallace before he became a werewolf. Buildup of pressure. Okay. Oh, and when she's talking about, like, if werewolves couldn't get it under control, then the Maroc would pretty much kill them, right? So she is kind of talking a little bit about that being what she remembers from when she grew up there. Build up of pressure, get ready to leave with Adam and Sam. Maroc mentions werewolves coming out. I don't know where's the midpoint? Describe to me what a midpoint looks like to you. We learn about Dr. Wallace not letting his wolf out to accept what he is, and that Brand may have to kill him. This might be buildup of pressure. I don't know. I mean, it's stressing her out. We're gonna leave it there for now. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, Adam tells Sam, Mercy what happened. Okay. So, if the new world is Mercy being involved with werewolf affairs, because in Act 1, I mean, she meets Mac, she helps Mac, she's planning to kind of give Mac over to Adam before she even gets involved with his attackers and things, and she's like, I have to tell Adam about Mac. Her kind of not wanting to get involved in werewolf affairs, new world, she's involved. She's now temporarily almost part of the pack because she's helping Adam and she wants to get Jesse back, which is important. Is that the midpoint? That I don't know. Where's the no turning back point? It might be vampires. Trials being tested. Adam tells Sam and Mercy what happened. Adam talks about Christensen being there during the attack. Christensen is another werewolf. Okay, is this pressure building? I'm gonna add this here. Them finding out what happened from Adam's point of view now that he's partially healed. Call Z, get a lead on Jesse, go to Warren's. I feel like this is all pressure building. Will this let me put that in there? Probably not. No, don't put a table in a table. That's illegal. Okay. Great. One sec. Sam mentions upcoming meeting for alphas to tell them they're coming out. I think this is all building pressure. I mean, it makes sense that like building pressure is a lot because that's the point, right? There's a lot happening. Okay, if we're talking about the midpoint being something, what did it say? Moving you closer to your goal. Sets up the chain of actions that will leave the characters. Let's just click this for a second. Tell me more. Midpoint. Midpoint is like the second inciting incident. Oh, I'm gonna add that in there. Now I don't know. Now I'm not sure. Oh, there's a G on there. God. So, I was thinking, Sam and Mercy go to Uncle Mike's to talk to Z and a Fae who works at a bank and found out the local vampire thief received a big payment, likely for a group of visitors paying to be in town. Does that sound like a second inciting incident to you? Does that sound like a midpoint? It is going to set up the next few points. So, I don't know if that's right. But for now, that feels right. And that's good enough for me. Okay. I'm going to make this red. Second inciting. Reversal. Turning point. No going back to the old world. Consequence, reaction, trials. I think calling Stefan. Okay, introduction of a new character. I think calling her friend Stefan, who's a vampire, asking him to find out if werewolves were part of the group of visitors that paid the vampire thief, aka his boss, his queen, whatever. There's no going back, because as soon as the vampire queen realizes that someone is asking Stefan about this, Stefan calls back and says, "You have to come see my queen. She wants to talk about this in person." And if they want that information, they can't say no. I didn't really do a good job drafting this in my notes. So the consequence reaction is vampire. Oh, God, I can't think of the term. I'm going to call her vampire queen. You know who I mean. Wants Mercy and Sam to go to her. Stefan arrives. Did I spell Stefan right? I don't know. Did I spell it like Vampire Diaries? That's probably what I was thinking of. A Stefan and a vampire? Oh, Patricia. Who wrote it first? I'll have to check. So Stefan arrives. Z gives Mercy his blade because he is worried about her going to the vampire thief. I think, okay. Sure. Oh, you know what? Is this the consequence? Can we move this up? Oh, does that go here? Oh, maybe it does. This is probably the no turning point. Like, if they want the information, they can't say no here. Sam and Mercy, go to Vampire Seethe with Stefan. Do you remember what happens here? If you've read this, shit's about to hit the fan. Okay, Sam gets drugged. Maybe is this? Is Sam and Mercy going to the Vampire Seethe? Maybe a trial? Like just the fact that they're going, it's bananas. Maybe that's part of the trial. Is that they agree to go because who would do that? Idiots. Sam gets drugged, attacked. I didn't even put like Mercy defends him, attacks. Oh, I can't think of her name. Vampire Queen. I'm not gonna capitalize it. She doesn't deserve the respect. Trials being tested. Sam gets dedication. Oh, Dedication. Huh. Dedication. Katie, what did you mean by dedication?
This action chapter can also be thought of as trials.
Oh, action
Like the
chapter.
protagonist is being tested in new ways, but they often succeed, or at the very least, they come out of the trials more determined and dedicated than ever before. In Block 7, we have the calm
They
before
come
the
out
storm.
more determined. Oh, I don't think. Is that gonna work? Mercy gets address, leaves with Sam passed out. I love that I included that. So let's put that there. Okay, I think this is. I mean, they come out. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Undo, undo, undo. Learn vampires killed walkers, which is what Mercy is, who are immune to their powers. So she finds out that she's sort of immune to some powers of vampires. I'm gonna move that over into this column over here, which is other subplot stuff. That comes back later in, I want to say book 2, but I have no clue. There are 12 books that I've read. 13 is coming out soon. Oh, where am I? Okay, Warren calls Pack. Calm before storm, pressure, another plot twist. Oh, shit. Okay, how are we shaping up here? First of all, whoa, this block. I can see if I can trim that down a little. It's important that they call it Warren. They go to Warren's. They go to Warren's. About coming out. So in this world, the Fae have come out and the werewolves haven't. Small detail that you may make this story make more sense to you. Sorry, it's just thinking of it now. Dedication. There's some weird stuff here. Mercy helps Sam in wolf form. So Sam is changing into wolf form but doesn't kill Mercy. There's a police officer involved. Not important. Not important. Okay, so I think go to Warren's is important. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's take this. So I think part of her dedication now is she's going to Warren's because Warren told her that the pack is coming over and he can't wake Adam up. So Adam goes into kind of a deep sleep while he's still trying to heal from his initial attack. She goes to Warren's knowing that she's going to have to get involved. Really. Daryl and Warren are fighting. Mercy and Sam stop the fight. Okay, Mercy has to push to get in. I'm going to say push to get in. Literally push. This is why I think this meets with the dedication part, because she is pushing into a situation that I think she normally wouldn't. What's the top of this one again? Calm before the storm, pressure. Mercy tells the P. I think that was supposed to be Pack. Mercy tells the Pack about what happened and why didn't she trust the Pack. Talk about why the attackers took. Consider Dr. Wallace. Talk about why the attackers took Jesse and used drugs? Okay, then something I forgot to mention. When they attacked Adam, they pumped him full of drugs. Drugs don't usually work on werewolves. They have high metabolism, obviously. Consider if Dr. Wallace made a tranquilizer for werewolves for himself. Give Adam the address that Mercy got from the vampires. Adam gets up. I don't think this is this building pressure? She called it calm before the storm. Really, she said it's building pressure towards a plot twist. I'm going to put it down here because I'm not sure. Adam gets up. Mercy tells the Pack about what happened, why she didn't trust the Pack, talk about why the attackers took Jesse, used drugs. Is this... I feel like maybe the transitioning from Act 2 to Act 3. Does that make sense? That she gives Adam the address that Mercy got from the vampires, he tells Mercy to go home, and that they'll call. Also, the fact that she just gives Adam the address might be part of that dedication again. Like, would she previously have just gone in and tried to save everybody herself? Maybe. She goes home, sleeps. Oops, that's not sleeps. Slips. Goes to address, house empty, goes to work. Thinking about what the kidnappers want. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, I think this is all building pressure. So, she gives Adam the address. They're like, we'll call. She goes to sleep. Nobody calls her. She's trying to work. She's trying to think about things, but she's pretty distracted by the fact that no one's called her yet, and that she's called the pack and no one's answering her. She goes to the address that she gave Adam. The house is completely empty. There was no one there. The pack didn't even go in. I think this is all building pressure because she doesn't know what the hell is happening. 'Cause no one's communicating with her. She's thinking about Adam's rank and why someone would want Adam and why they would take Jesse is to make Adam cooperate, and maybe they want to replace Bran, aka the Morlock, with Adam. So she calls Bran, she warns him he will ask Dr. Wallace about the tranquilizers. So I think that's all building pressure. Okay, plot twist. Mercy goes home and gets ambushed. Oh, there's a plot twist, there's a darkest moment, all hope is lost. I don't know where that falls. Let's put go home, get ambushed in plot twist. Now, there's another potential plot twist. Maybe that's the darkest moment. Okay, gets ambushed by David Christensen, who we mentioned earlier. Darkest moment, David explains what happened. Jerry came to him wanting to talk, discuss Jerry and the fact that he has Adam. I think this is the darkest moment. Sam arrives and explains what happened. Find out Adam was kidnapped. Let's reword this. He has kidnapped Adam. Find out Adam is super drugged. Is restrained and drugged. Drugs are affecting him weird. David wants to get him and Jesse out. When David approaches Adam because he's so drugged out of his mind, he just wants to attack David. And so David can't help him without Adam just killing everybody. And with Adam's daughter there, obviously he doesn't want that to happen. Okay, so I think this is maybe the all hope is lost because we find out that Adam is kidnapped. Power within. Okay, so maybe we move this down to power within because the power within is mercy, isn't it? Maybe. Power within. David wants to get him and Jesse out, but needs Mercy to defuse the situation. So go to warehouse where they're holding Adam, sneak Mercy in. Okay, I think this is where. Whoops, is this where this goes? Sneak Mercy into the room with Adam and Jesse. Oh, you know what? No, is that action? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's, There's a lot up for debate here. Go to warehouse where they're holding Adam and Jesse. So this is action, rally the troops. Sneak Mercy into the room. Action, rally the troops that have the pack nearby. That is part of the rally the troops part, I'd say. Okay, converge, coming together for the finale. Sean comes to help. Sean is one of David's men on the inside that's gonna help them out. So they all leave. Adam's pack arrives. Mercy and Jesse leave with Warren. Okay, let's do that part in the converge. Okay, does that make sense? Mercy knows there's a spell and forgot to tell Adam that Jerry has a witch working for him. Okay, so final battle. Witch sends a spell to kill Adam. Mercy jumps in the way. Mercy hears. Oh, so someone takes a shot at Adam first, and Ben, the werewolf, jumps in the way. I think this is where Mercy gets this idea when she feels a spell coming. Mercy hears Robert's voice. Mercy tells Sam about Robert and his location. I left out the gun part because it wasn't really that important, but maybe I'll add it in here. Someone shoots at Adam. Ben blocks it. Adam forces all wolves to change. So no one can hold guns. I think that was the point. Oops, the typos. I think that was the point of him forcing everyone to change. He used his alpha power to just send out a wave that forced everyone into changing into werewolf. I'm not sure what the point was there. That's not important. Maybe he's just showing off his alpha power. Sam helps Adam force Jerry to come back and admit this was all to save his father, Dr. Wallace. Oh, climax. Jerry wanted his father, Dr. Wallace, to fight Bran the Marach. So he knew that if Bran the Marach knew that Jerry was doing what he's been doing, Bran would probably kill him. And then his dad would probably fight Bran and kill Bran. And Bran had told Jerry that his dad only needed to really merge with his wolf one time and he'd be fine. So that was the whole point, was to kind of create a war between Bran and Dr. Wallace so that his dad would live. That's pretty much it. Climax. Okay. I don't know if that's important. Okay, this is, I guess, is this the resolution? I'd say killing Jerry is definitely the climax, because it's the end of the big evil bad. Maybe this goes into resolution, because it's... Yeah. Bran does kill Dr. Wallace, and it's not because of Jerry, and they don't tell him what Jerry did, because that's what Jerry asked for before he dies. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. They hand Robert over it. This is all probably resolution. Sam decides to stay in the Tri-Cities. That's definitely a resolution. It's also setting up for other books. Bran is not forcing all the wolves out. All the wolves to come out. He decided to ask David to be the first wolf to come out. He was kind of looking for what did they call him? A poster boy. David Christensen ends up being that. Mercy's back at work. She got hurt while they were leaving. That's not important. Her arm's broken. She's fine. She gets a new assistant. Z is still helping her out. Jesse asks Mercy to go to dinner with her and Adam as a thank you. Tony asks Mercy about Mac. Bran will make sure a hiker finds his body. Tony, haven't mentioned the entire time, is a police officer that Mercy knows, and he had seen Mac at her shop in Act 1. Anyway, there's a whole other thing there. It wasn't really important to the storyline, but it's part of the resolution is that Tony asks Mercy about Mac, and she says, she hasn't seen him since last week. And Bran says that he'll make sure that someone finds Mac's body so that his parents don't have to not know that he's dead. So she goes to dinner with Adam. He flirts. He drives her home. He kisses her. Oh. Sam opens the door. He's staying with Mercy. It's really funny. While he finds his own place, Sam and Adam talk about Sam staying, and Mercy leaves. She calls Stefan for him to help her work on his bus. So she pretty much goes back to going to work. So I feel like it's a good resolution. It kind of shows how her life's going to be a little more complicated with Sam being here. And now that, I guess, Adam wants to have a relationship. I left out some stuff. I left out a lot. First of all, if any of this sounded really interesting to you, maybe now you want to read the book, even though I gave away the ending and everything. Okay. Let's just do this for a second. I probably can't make this all fit on one. I can't. It's impossible. Is there stuff I could trim off that's not important? Probably. Well, what do you think? Let's put it back to slightly bigger so you can actually read it. Did we have fun and games and I missed it? Yeah, I don't think we did. That's interesting. How was that? Oh, I wanted to color code this too, but we're done now. Let me know in the comments what you think of this breakdown. Did I mess anything up? Did you disagree with anything? Did you read the book already? Did I just ruin it for you? Are you going to read it now? But yeah, leave a comment below if there's a book that you'd like to have me break down in another video. I read mostly fantasy, so most of the books I'll be breaking down will be fantasy. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like, comment below, subscribe.